Hi friends, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com again. For those of you who subscribe to my channel, I want to apologize that you're being bombarded by videos today. I babysit our granddaughter 3 days a week. So, I'm kind of out of the loop. And then on the days that I have off, I take all the ideas that I thought of, during the week, and I create my videos. So I do apologize for that. And there will be one more video after this one, so just brace yourself. I've kind of been a person who has kind of slid under the radar a lot of times. I'm 62 years old. I've kind of always been the person that people don't notice, which is a good thing. I don't mind it. But in recent years, I've started, winning things where I never won anything in my life, or I started, being given things that I didn't expect, or, being noticed by people that I didn't think even saw me. So that is kind of interesting. And the trend began for me with the folks who created this deck over at Dark Tarot. I was just on Instagram. There was just a, like an Instagram contest. And I just had to do whatever things they want you to do to win a deck. And I did whatever it was I was supposed to do. And I won the deck. So they mailed it to me. Now, I love this deck. I've used it many, many, many times. In fact, if you were to hold it in hand, even though it's in, good condition because the cardstock is great, you could tell that it's a deck that was loved and used quite often. So today I thought, I'm going to do a shout out to this great group of people who, gave me this deck maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I went to their website and it no longer exists. So I don't know if this deck is now truly out of print or if they've, relocated to a new place. If anybody knows any information about the whereabouts of these folks, I would love to know so I can give credit to this deck down below who created it. But I was going to do my demonstration video. I'm going to be doing another one of my demonstration videos, and I was going to use this deck. And I was going to say, if you go to darktarot.com, it's available for free. All you have to do is print it out. And if you're clever enough to take the images and go to makeplayingcards.com and create a deck like this, knock your socks off. Or if you have the capability of creating a deck at home, this is where you can go to get this deck. But now I don't know. So I'm going to do a little bit of investigating. I'm going to try to find out what became of the website and the people who made this deck. But if you already know, please help us out because I'd like to give these people credit. So as I mentioned, the deck appears to have been created over at makeplayingcards.com or a place like that. The cardstock is, similar to something you would expect from there. It's a nice quality cardstock. The backs are beautiful, right? The box is just a tuck box with cellophane where I usually keep the title card. It's not, it's not in the most secure gluing or anything like that, but I keep it in a hard box. I keep it in a wooden box of its own, so I protect it in that way. But I wanted to share it before I did the demonstration video because it's really a beautiful deck, and it's one of my favorites. The trump cards are not numbered. And I don't know from what deck the inspiration was drawn to create this deck. I would love to be able to ask questions. The deck was, free, at that website to free for anyone to print their own deck. Not for selling it, it wouldn't be cool to sell, but for creating your own deck, which I thought was extremely generous. And I was blessed that I, received the deck for free. The colors are, just beautiful. The colors are just right. And as in old days, these cards are not numbered. I've mentioned it before in other videos. Regional areas of Italy and maybe other countries would have had their preferred order of the cards. And so for that reason, numbers were left out. Look at this death card. Even the horse has the head of a skull. It's named too. So in not numbering the cards, it breaks with the tradition of a card with no name but a number, right? And a card with a name but no number. So it breaks with that tradition, as do some decks. But I think you'll agree, the trump cards are just gorgeous. And I'm so disappointed to know that I can't access them anymore. Just to give them a nod. I'm going to put their website down below anyway, in the event that maybe they just come back to life at that website. And as I said, I will try to find out what happened to them. And then I'll put any updates below. Now the swords are not scimitars, as we see in other Italian decks and TDM, the Tarot of Marseille. They're, more like, well, they get to be more like daggers as the number, increases. But they're more like just normal swords. Interesting crown with the Ace of Cups. That's a very particular style of urn, or I guess it's an urn, right? I'm going to look up. I want to say Etruscan or, something like that, but I don't want to say the wrong thing like I know it. So I'm going to say it has kind of like a Etruscan feel to it. And they're not all the same. The handles are different on this. The pips are numbered. Interestingly, in Roman numerals, which is not usually what you see. Usually you see it in Arabic. But I do appreciate when pips are numbered. I don't need it. But sometimes they get kind of confusing. I'm used to seeing the TDM style of pips and the arrangement, and I know visually, what I'm looking at. But when they're not in that usual arrangement, it sometimes gets tedious, trying to identify what. Now the batons, like many suit of batons, opens with a club or a cudgel, and then ends up with a more refined baton. And I think this is the last suit. Yep. Again with the crown. Let me see. Was the crown on all of the aces? I should have taken notice. Yep, it's on the swords. It definitely was on the cups because I remember commenting on that. Oh, I've made a mess of the order here. Well, it was definitely on the cups because I remember commenting on it. But it's not on the cudgel. Okay, it's not on this one. So the crown appears on 3 suits. So there it is, our mystery deck. I was hoping to give them a shout out for their generous nature and for their beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. And if I figure out who they are and where they went and how to get this deck, I will most certainly update my information. Stay tuned because I'll be using this deck in a demonstration, which I'll post later today. And until next time, friends, stay well. Peace.